Hey you all, Muscle hi to fellow dressmakers. You're welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Confidence. In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful buobuo gown with a rolled collar. I used the one that you can see in the middle as a reference style to make the one that you can see both on the left and on the right. So if you're interested in learning how I was able to make this, kindly watch this video to the very end and let's get right into it. So here are the materials I'll be using for this tutorial. I have 3 yards of this red material. Depending on your size or your height, it depends on how many yards you should have. But you should have nothing less than 3.5 for this tutorial. Okay, then I have the Sankara which I used for the collar, and you can also see that I used that to complete the length of the sleeve and also use that for the scarf. So I'm going to fold now, and to fold your fabric, you're going to divide your shoulder measurement by 2, then you're going to add your long sleeve length to that, then plus extra 3 inches. Let me not confuse you. Your shoulder measurement is 7, then your sleeve length is 21 inches plus extra 3 inches. You're going to plus that together and then you fold it. So since I'm using just 3 yards, I folded everything here, meaning that I have 4 folds, meaning also that I will be cutting both front and back together. Yeah, that also means that I will be having joining on the shoulder. If you want to avoid that, make sure you have nothing less than 3.5 for this style. Otherwise, use just 4 yards. Okay, so now I'm going to measure the shoulder measurement by 2. Then from that point, I'll be measuring the sleeve length, which at this point, I noticed that this fabric was not going to do it for me, because I'm supposed to have my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 15, divided by 2, 7, then plus my sleeve length of 23 inches, then plus extra 3 inches, making it 26. Yeah, but I don't even have close to that here. So the 1 inch out of the 3 inches will be to create a casing for the elastic. Then the other 2 inches will be to keep the the fabric in place, because after passing the elastic, it tends to like keep pulling this sleeve up. So the other one will be to like complete it, the other 2 inches. So I went ahead to add Ankara to this, which I do not even need to explain. That's why I said you should have your 4 yards so you don't have to go through all this stress. But it kind of add to the style. Yeah, what do you think? So now I'm going to get the shoulder measurement by 2 again. Then from that point, I'm going to get the sleeve length plus the extra 3 inches, which is almost everything I have here. So I'll mark it. Then from this point, I'm going to get the round sleeve, which is 7, but I'm going to double that, which is 14. Then I added extra 1 inch as the joining allowance. Okay, then from that point, I'll come in 3 inches. Yeah, now I'm going to measure from here down to my hip line. This part is necessary for me, but for what is on the thumbnail, you do not even need to do this. I'll still be showing you how to go about what is on the thumbnail, but for me, I want it this side. So on the hip line, I'll measure the hip measurement by 4 plus extra 4 inches. Then whatever it is I have here, I'm going to take it all the way down. I do not want it as big as it is on the thumbnail. Too small to be in that kind of big outfit. So later on I'll be cutting this, but for what is on the thumbnail, you're going to like connect it from here all the way down. Okay, you start big from here that I can call the underarm, then going towards the hem of the gown, you make it smaller, like you make it more pencil. Do you get that? So it starts big up, and then going towards the down, you shape it to be smaller than what you have at the upper part. Okay, now for the neck width, I use 3.5 by 3, and that would be for the front neckline. Then I'm going to go down to 12 inches for the back neckline. So 3.5 by 12 for the back neckline, and 3.5 by 3 for the front neckline, depending on how low you want it to be on the back. Depends on how much you're going down, but 12 inches works for me. So I cut the round neckline for both front and back. Later on, I will be cutting the back neckline. And now I'm going to cut this one out, which I said is what you have on the thumbnail. Okay, so you're going to just do it the same way you see me do it, and you're set. So after cutting it out, I'm now going to remove the front so that I can have the back. I will arrange it properly this way, basically aligning the neck width, and then I'm going to cut it out. This is not a sharp V. If you want a sharp V, you might as well use your ruler to do that, but I would just want this kind of V. So that's basically it. The next thing I will be doing now is to go ahead and measure around the neckline. This is the back neckline here. Then I'm going to arrange the front part, that's the front neckline, and then transfer whatever it is I measured on the back this way, and then measure it round, just so I have them together. And here I have 19 inches on fold, which is like 38 inches by the time I open it up. Okay, now to cut the collar, I'm going to hold my fabric this way on the two selvage and then bring it this way. Can you see that? Just fold it to be like an A shape, like you want to cut a flare. And folding it this way now means that you'll be cutting on bias. You'll be cutting on this side, and you can see that it's quite stretchy. Whatever is going to your neckline should be cut on bias because your neckline is not straight. So you're going to cut it in a way that it will be flexible enough to ease into any kind of neck shape or the roundness of your neckline. Okay, so I folded it into two again, as you can see here, and now I have four folds. Now I'm going to bring in the template, like the collar template, which is not a rocket science. Whatever you measure around the neckline, you're going to use it to cut this one out. And you can see that this one is half. It's not the full. That means I have to fold the fabric to use this template to cut it out. So I have whatever it is you saw me measured around the neckline. Then I added extra 6 inches to that to get this pointiness. This part is going to be on the back here. So yeah, whatever it is to measure around the neckline, you're going to add between 6 or yeah, how pointy you want it depends on how much you add to what you measured on the neckline. And then you just slant it to that point. Then the width, I use 6 inches. It's not hard. And you're going to place it this exact way you see mine going. Yeah, I said I use 6 inches. That 6 inches will be for both the folding allowance and all of that. By the time I'm done, I'll have at least 5 inches of 5.5. Okay. So now, because folding it this way will waste our fabric, I'm going to like bring it back a bit. Can you see? Just so I do not waste much fabric. At the end of the day, I feel like the other folding it the other way even saves fabric more because you have much more fabric that can work for something instead of having the pieces that that we will have afterwards cutting it this way. So I'm trying to make sure that what I folded will fit will fit the template. And once I'm sure of that, I fold it into two again. And then I'll place the template on it this way. Make sure you place yours this way. The pointy part should be placed on the folded part of the fabric, okay? Because this other part is where you'll be stitching to your neckline. And here you can see that I'm not adding any other allowance except on this side that I will be sewing. So after cutting, I notched the midpoint, and this is the pieces we have. So now, this is the color. You can try to go ahead and interface it, but I'll just go ahead and like turn it on those pointy parts. This is the wrong side, yeah. I'm going to sew it here and also sew it here. Then on this part, I'll be folding it with about ½ inch or 0.75, and that's where I'll be stitching, yeah, to the neckline. Like I said, you can decide to interface this with a soft interface if you want, but I don't want it that thick. It works just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to join the shoulders of this one. I will arrange it this way and then join it here with about ½ inch. And then I'll on the other side, I'll also join it with about ½ inch. Then the sleeve, this part, I'm going to fold it, create a casing enough to for my elastic to go through. Depending on your size of your elastic, like the size of your elastic depends on how much casing you create there. Okay, then I'm going to sew it here. There all the way down, sew it on both sides. I had wanted to add pocket, but I noticed that it's just a waste of time. So I ended up not doing the pocket. And after doing that, this is what it looks like. It's just a straightforward something. You join the shoulder, you pass the elastic, then you close the side, you hem the down part, and you are done. Very simple. So now we'll be working on the collar, and to do that, I'll be holding the shoulder joining together so I can get the midpoint of the front neckline. And when I have that, I'm going to notch it this way. Here, I'm trying to cut out the excess I have around this joining here. The next thing I'll be doing now is to, yeah, I have gone ahead to sew the collar on the yeah, this side and this side. Then I folded it on this other part that will be going to the neckline with about half inch. Now I'm going to bring in midpoint of the neckline to the midpoint of this collar this way. I'm going to slide in the neckline half inch inward this way, and then I'll pin it down. If it will be easy for you, you go ahead and like join it one part of the collar to the neckline all around, and then you top stitch on the other part of the collar. Do you get that? But if you want it this way, you can also go ahead and do it this way. But I feel like this one will be kind of hard if you haven't worked with something like this before. There's no joining on the back, so it will be kind of hard for you to get a smooth V doing this method. But if you have to sew it round first and then top stitch on the other side, it will be easier for you. Okay, so I'm done pinning it, and I'm going to just top stitch here. But like I said, it will give you a neater work if you first sew it this way. Can you see how I'm holding it? You sew it this way all round, and then you top stitch on this one. It will give you a smoother V on that back. I ended up doing that. Forget what you're seeing here. When I got my sewing machine, I did it that way. But that basically it. Once you're done, you iron it and your gown is ready. So like I said, I didn't want mine to be as big as it is on the thumbnail. So I ended up trimming off about 4 inches from what you see me cut out. And because of that, it restrict movement a lot, like a bit from the down part. So I had to like add slits on both sides, about 8 inches long for the slits. But yeah, aside that, every other thing came out so well. And with that, we've come to the end of our tutorial. Do let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Be good. Bye.